Hey everybody, welcome back to 2 Minute Tuesday. Today we're going to be covering a topic that just popped up on Facebook today. Now, it comes up in various forms from time to time, but I liked the way Terry Euland put it, and I especially liked the way that it created a lot of interesting conversation around it. So let's take a look at this topic that I think you'll find interesting as well. Hey everybody, welcome back to All Things MSP. Really do appreciate you guys being here. This channel is for IT service providers who want to just talk about their business, discuss different things, and for me to share and give back to the community that has given so much to me. So if you can, go ahead and like, subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified when I post new videos. And if you're interested in carrying this conversation onto Facebook, go ahead and find the All Things MSP group over there on Facebook. There's actually a link down in the description. You can go ahead and click on that and join us today. Okay, so Terry's question was really about stuff that he had seen elsewhere on Facebook or social media around denying customers access, denying them specifically administrator access to their devices. And I think there's two main parts to this question. Number one is the one we see quite often about holding customers hostage. Now, I never, ever, and this is my opinion, think you should ever hold a customer hostage because it's not your data, it's not your devices, and therefore you should not hold them from it, even for non-payment. It's just, to me, unethical and not a good way to do business. And I certainly don't think that you'll get a good reputation by doing this with your customers. Now, in addition to my opinion, case law has not fallen on the side of IT service providers in this area. Most of the cases that I have seen, the service provider has lost this battle when they tried to hold things like credentials or data or services hostage due to non-payment. Now, of course, every situation is different, but in general, case law is not with IT service providers on this point. And that brings us to where I think this conversation really is important and needs to happen. And that is in keeping users from messing up their own systems. Now, in some cases, and there's a lot of comments on this where people just don't think it matters. Well, if you're charging people for fixing their systems when they break them, obviously it means more revenue for you. So it's not a bad thing if you're doing break fix or reactive or even proactive services, because if the client breaks it, it's their fault. Now, if you've made that leap to fully managed services and you're truly doing some type of all-you-can-eat plan, which we all know is not all you can eat, so let's not even have that conversation. We can save that for another day. But if you're taking on the responsibility of keeping everything running and fixing it when it breaks, you have to control what those users have access to and what they're able to do on their devices. Otherwise, you can't have the level of control that you need to have in order to make sure things are running properly. If you can't control what those users do, you can't control the expenses involved of getting them back up and running again. One of the examples in the conversation on Facebook was, well, if a customer screws something up, we will just go in. We'll take 20 minutes to try and fix it. If we can't fix it, we'll do a nuke and pave and get them back and, re-image their device. That takes time. And if you're not charging them for that work, then it's expense, it's cash right out of your pocket. And that's not going to work in a fully managed plan. Now, certainly for the business owner or key personnel or legit use cases, it makes sense for certain end users to be able to make admin type changes to their devices. However, it still represents a risk. Now, when I was an MSP, what we would do in these cases, if there was a user who needed this type of access on a time-to-time basis in order to do some type of updates or install something that they had to do regularly that we could not automate as their MSP, well then fine. What we did was we created a separate admin user so that when they were doing those tasks, they could log in as an admin user and then log out and back in as their regular user. it worked great for those situations where we needed to do that. Now, one of the only other alternatives to this is if you create a fully managed plan, is to go ahead and bake into your contract that, these types of incidents where a customer messes something up because they have the wrong privileges, and if they mess it up, then it's billable to the client. The problem with this is it then truly a fully managed contract at that point? Because it's not fully managed. They don't get remediation of issues at no charge. And can you even prove? Is it easy to prove? Do you want to take the time to prove that a customer or an end user was at fault? Now, I've said it once, I've said it a million times, I'll probably say it till I'm dead and buried. There's no right or wrong way to do IT services, with some exceptions. Don't get critical in the comments, but hey, you can comment if you want to. Anyway, there's no real right or wrong way. There is a more profitable way. I think that's been proven with numbers. Doing a fully managed profile is definitely more profitable for you, and it's more stable and predictable for the client. However, when you flip that switch and go from a reactive or proactive to a fully managed plan, and now you're taking on all that responsibility, it's up to you to tell the customer how the cake is baked, not the customer. The customer should not be telling you how to do your job. You cannot control the expenses of delivering those managed services if you can't control the environments that they operate in. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave your thoughts down in the comments so I can read those and reply to them. If you like this video, go ahead and click that like button. If you didn't like this video, please go ahead and hit that dislike button, but please let me know in the comments why you didn't like the video. That helps me improve future ones. If you want to see more of these videos, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when I post new videos. Thanks. I'll see you guys on the next one.